Hey everyone, it's Sally here, and for today's AmaZix AMA interview, I'm speaking with Dan, who is the CEO of Eligma. So, hi Dan, how are you doing?
Hi guys, I'm great. Thank you
Awesome.
for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So before we get started, maybe you can just give us a brief summary of Eligma and how it works.
All right, so Eligma is an AI-driven and blockchain-based cognitive commerce platform. And when you say to people something like this, they many times, look at you and like, what did you just say, But the thing is, it's actually very simple. We try to create a united platform where people can access to multiple different e-commerces and marketplaces around the world with one simple, search system. Mm-hmm. And to make it more advanced, we integrated the AI that actually reads the blueprints and specifications from every product that you want to buy and purchase and tells you what's the optimum product to buy according to quality and the price. But Eligma, started its own concept in matter of how to optimize people's time when they shop. Mm-hmm. On primary markets, so when you buy new products, as well on the secondary markets where people want to sell products that they bought, so they use products, because there are many times where a lack of trust when you want to sell something on the secondary market, and blockchain, it's helping us actually to reduce or actually to totally eliminate the trust issue when it comes to selling on the secondary market between C segments.
So sort of like eBay right now when people use eBay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this secondary market, it's going very much into that sphere, but it's so much more simplified. And once when you want to sell something on Eligma, it will be actually automatically connected to the secondary markets that already exist according to your geolocation. So you can actually sell it in the radius that it makes sense. If you want to sell now a product and you are, let's say, based in Germany and want to sell it in Brazil, it doesn't make any big sense that you want to sell something that is big because the logistics will be a problem. So yeah, it's a really simplified way how people will shop. And the main thing around this is then the united loyalty that connects this to both segments. And our main idea is that we will transform every household into a business. With everything you own would actually become a business.
Okay, awesome. We do have a few questions from the Eligma community, so maybe we can just get started with those. The very first one is, how will you use AI and what is the advantage of it?
All right, so AI is used in actually multiple layers. Now when we talk about AI, people are saying this is almost impossible to do. You have to have a lot of data. Yes, everything is true. If you want to create an AI is actually optimizing and helping you to sort the data faster and get, the right suggestion or the right information on the spot. And before you want to do this, you need to have data. You need to have the machine learning that will work around it. And then actually you get the AI. So we integrate AI into this first sphere that it's called discovery. So every product you buy is being actually checked by our AI and says, all right, I'm now checking the product you want to buy. The specifications and the blueprints out of this product are saying to me that the components of this product are like this. These are the components. So if you want to buy this product will cost you, let's say, $1,000. But then our AI is checking it and saying, listen, I just found a perfectly matching product that has like an 89% match. And it's like $300 cheaper, but the components are almost the same. There's also a big possibility that these two products that are different branded or has different brands are made in the same factory. Because, people never go so deep into the system when they buy products, but our AI can. And the second thing is that, when you want to sell something, in many time or in many situations when you want to sell something, you don't know what's the real value or the worth of the product you want to sell right now. You don't know. No. So you're actually selling products when they're a mess, or when you need money or whatsoever. So in our system, you can put in your personal inventory the products you want to sell or you have. In general, you have them at home. And our AI will tell you what's the right time to sell a specific product according to the market value and according to the warranty, according to the timing. And listen, it's perfect time after 2.5 years that you now sell this product, because otherwise the product will really start to lose on its value. And it's time that you buy a new one, because you're going to lose, a smaller percentage of money if you would do otherwise. So the AI is now helping in these two spheres. And It's a process, you know. People think that AI is something easy, or in a way that we're gonna do it like through the night. But you are actually creating AI according to the learning that the mechanism is you know, getting the information we give to the mechanism, like Siri or Alexa or Google Home. Like, these guys are having long processes in matter to learn and to be the future of commerce, of shopping, or as your, you know, personal advisor on doing processes and buying things online.
So that sounds interesting. So you can actually catalog almost all of your items that you want to sell, but you don't have to sell them right away. You just put them in there and then you wait for your system to kind of tell you when the best time is to sell your stuff. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So why will Eligma use blockchain? That's the next question.
You know, we saw many startups who are integrating blockchain on the existing business models that they're having. So with Eligma, we started actually on checking what blockchain can really solve in a matter of e-commerce on primary, so on the new products buying, and on the secondary markets. And we found out that one of the big problems is when you buy a new product that you cannot have a digital certificate on that product, so that you would say, okay, I'm putting this product that I'm having onto, you know, into a digital certificate system. So it says like, I'm putting to the product a digital item profile. So I know when did I buy the product, how much did I pay for it, from who did I buy the product. You know, you get all this system, all this information written in one simple, you know, block. And this block is being added into our side chain. And then we use the hash of the side chain and put it into the smart contract, into the blockchain. And then you cannot fool anyone when you want to sell this product in the future, because it's written. Yeah. I bought it over there for this kind of money. I want to now sell it. So when it comes to the second segment, when you want to sell the product, the blockchain steps in. So if you have digital item profile, it's much easier to sell the product. But on the second thing, the Eligma is using smart contract when it comes to selling on C2C level. So if I want to sell a product, I, as a seller, will create a smart contract, and I will say, I'm selling this product and I'm depositing money inside of it. The deposit is used for the trust issues. Mm-hmm. Am I really selling what I'm saying? And then when somebody wants to buy this product, it comes on the other side and says, I'm also putting in some deposit money, but I'm also putting the whole amount of that product that I want to buy into the smart contract. So it's a decentralized system between two people. One is selling, one is buying. When the process is executed, so that the seller sends the product to the buyer says, great job, I got the product that you were saying to me you did. The smart contract is executed. They both get their deposits back, and the guy who bought the product is actually, in this way, the smart contract is, you know, paying the seller for the product. If this doesn't happen, or if one of them is lying, the deposit is being taken from them. Yeah. You know, because in this way, there is no interest that you would fool anyone, because you're going to start losing a lot of money.
Yeah, so it's almost like when you buy something in the real world and you have a lawyer and then you put money in trust, and then that's the third party to execute the deal, but instead we're eliminating the lawyer and we're kind of putting it into the blockchain, so that's kind of acting as the middleman to make sure both sides execute what they say they're going to do.
Yeah, well, you know, lawyers are so expensive. It's a lot of money, but banks, many times the banks were the middlemen in this trust segment. Okay. But if you would take a lawyer, that would be also extremely expensive.
So the blockchain, in this instance, it makes a lot of sense to use the blockchain for something like Eligma because of that reason. And you said the storage of the history of the item will stay in that block forever. Nobody can change it.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have MVP? How does it work? And is it on GitHub?
Yes, so it is on GitHub. The code is over there. We created the system, the categorization of products. You know, it's not so easy to categorize the products if you are not, let's say a machine, an AI system. So we created a categorization of the products. It will be very important for our discovery period. And yes, we put the MVP on so that people can see if they write something, the AI is immediately categorizing where this product should be and how much, you know. And in the future, this will mean which is this product, how much is it worth? This categorization is very, very advanced. And yes, we put it on GitHub. You can actually just check it out, test it. And I'm actually very positive that in August, we're going to launch the big MVP. So with at least 2 category systems. And then I'm very, very looking forward to it. Like, we're spending so much time on developing this, and it's our main drive. It's like,
good. Yeah.
20 people developing this day and night. It's like we're really, we're even more excited about it probably than the people who are actually contributing to
It sounds very interesting. I'm sure it's taking up tons of time. It sounds very in depth and like a lot of time and research to go in to develop something like this. This is a massive system. So, where will your headquarters be, and how big will the team be in 2 to 5 years?
Well, okay. So these are tough questions, because you never know how the market will react to you. You don't know how the whole system will actually run, and we can tell you what our ideal is. How should we do it? So we are thinking to launch it in the UK, in London actually, because people are extremely adapted to the process of selling and buying online, and they really understand the whole mobile first system. So they order and get the products through the mobile ordering processes, and they are now waiting for the next level of e-commerce and marketplaces. They want to have something more advanced. So we're gonna probably launch it over there. But we are extremely good connected with Silicon Valley. So like Silicon Valley is for us like a second home. And I would do everything possible that we would be based over there. I just don't know if in the beginning that would be a right move. It would be definitely when it comes to, collecting a lot of amazing brains and product development segment. But when you launch it over there, you need a lot of manpower that are extremely expensive. So we have to think about where to have the development team, where to have the sales team, where to have the business development team, the whole processes. So I cannot tell you exactly, but our idea is to launch it actually in London, to launch it over there to see how it will work. The first tests are made in Slovenia, because the veracity of people is pretty big, and I think we're getting quite a good intensive that we're gonna do it according to the plan and launch it in the UK or in London.
Okay, so the next question is, what are your previous business experiences?
All right, that's a tough one. I'm just kidding. My wife actually asked me the same question when we met, and I dedicated my life actually to startups and innovations. When I was 16 years old, I actually was working for a company who was, doing live streaming solutions. And then I actually moved when I was around 20. I moved to Shanghai because I had a company that was controlling the manufacturer. So if you were, producing some kind of a product in Chinese factories, we were the guys who gave the green light, so the product is good, it works, it's perfect, you can now ship it. So we were actually living with these factories, and we started to understand what is actually the point of the middleman between the factory and the end customer. And we saw that the middleman has a huge percentage when it comes to the profit from every client, customer. And we actually started to think about Eligma in that period of time. And after that, one of the biggest things that I did was 3 years ago, I founded ABC Accelerator, and in December last year, it became the best Central European accelerator, and that's a huge honor. So we invested in more than 60 startups, accelerated them more than 80. We are based in Silicon Valley, in Munich, in Kiev, in Ljubljana, and so on. And then it was never the right timing for Eligma because there were so many projects and investments, startups, and so on. And I became, frustrated because I cannot have my own startup. I was so deep in the investment phases, and then certainly I said, I have to do it now or never. And we were deciding on should we take money from VC or should we should we go and do a crowd sale? And we saw that if we are doing a marketplace, it's so much better that you get critical mass much faster. If you do a crowd sale, you get ambassadors. This can become a huge, movement. So yeah, my previous life was all around just about startups, innovations, and so on. And I think for the next 10 years, I will be working only with Eligma because it's a huge project. So
yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So the next question here is Bitcoin City a real place that is already established?
Yes, it is. So what you need to know is that BTC City, this is the core name that it exists now for many years. It's actually a concentrated area that has 450 businesses, 10,000 brands, 21 million visitors. It's like a huge shopping area here in Slovenia. And, one of the co-founders of Eligma is actually president of the board. And I said to him, listen, you have a perfect name and a perfect testing ground where we can actually launch Eligma and start testing it. And when we were talking, he said, this would be actually a great idea. What if we actually put a name for this kind of a testing ground, Bitcoin City? And I said, this is a perfect idea because this is a really concentrated small area that can become or can have an influence on other cities if the model is proven to be working. And I said to him, look, this is a perfect, yes. So Bitcoin City, it's becoming. So it's BTC City is now existing and it's becoming Bitcoin City as soon as we, starting to implement Elipay, blockchain technologies. We bring other, companies who did crowd sales, who are focusing in blockchain technologies and crypto. And yeah, it's real. You can come and visit it.
So that kind of leads me into the next few questions here about Elipay. So somebody asked if Eligma will be partnering with restaurants, gas stations, etc., where you can use the Eli tokens offline. And it sounds like you can use them in this Bitcoin City, or you will be able to.
So it's a huge thing because this week we're starting actually with first transaction. So Elipay is coming to life. And yeah, the point why we did Elipay is because people need to understand how this works. Like if I can show to my mom how this really works and that she understands it, then everybody will be able to use it. And because it's mobile first, so Elipay, it's mobile first payment system, everybody can have it. And yeah, of course, we are now testing it in the offline sector that people really understand. And then we're actually moving Elipay also to the online. And when we can combine these two worlds together, we're actually becoming a total new way on how people will be able to connect online and offline and online world of commerce. And yeah together with Elipay.
Okay, and so you actually already answered the next question, and that was when is it going to start and how will it work? So you said it's actually starting this week, which is very exciting. So that takes care of that question. So the last one, second to last one here is, will you have a future payment card, or are you just sticking to the mobile?
We are very focused to be a mobile first company because we believe that having all these multiple cards, it's something that it's so yesterday. And I really, hope that in the future we can eliminate, some of these cards that you have with them for the loyalty programs, payment system, whatever it is, you can have everything in mobile. But if people will say, this is what we want, and if they say we want a card, if we see this through the statistics that we're having, we're going to probably rethink again our model. But I believe that everything is moving, and the whole team believes everything is moving onto mobile, and it's much more practical, much more convenient. So yeah, I hope it will be only mobile.
Okay. So the last question here is about shipping. So people are wondering if you'll be shipping from all over the world, from different stores and locations, if there's going to be a main headquarters, will the sellers be sending the stuff? So how will shipping work?
So we're now talking about the platform. So the great thing about Eligma as a platform is that we don't own any logistics. We don't own any products. We are not, responsible for the after sales processes. And because if we would be responsible for any of these pillars, we would die even before we'd be alive. Because
that would be a lot.
That would be, we would need a lot of money, and when I say a lot, it means like a lot, like 100 times more that we would have now. And just to start, just to see if this would really work. And in this way, Eligma try to position itself as a platform that it's made for people, and eventually it will become totally decentralized. Because why would we want to own anything if we are the best possible information provider when it comes to the commerce segment? We want to be closer to the people and say, like, buy this over here, these guys are offering it, you can get it this fast, this is the best product to pick right now. When you want to sell it over here, you have everything of your inventory in one platform, sell it anytime, you can sell it on all these other existing platforms that already are there. So yeah, we don't take care of logistics. Yeah, please, sorry.
So would you be more like a bridge then? So you're in the middle, so you're going to just connect to the people and then they make the transaction. So Eligma is kind of in the middle, making the bridge.
Yeah, so
okay.
That's actually a great description. We are the bridge between everything that already exists. We just sort it in one platform and make it so much more accessible to you guys so that you can use it in a more simple way. But yeah, connecting AI to this, that it's extremely complex, and adding multiple other layers and features makes this platform probably the mother of all marketplaces, if I would have to say it like this. But yeah, it needs to be developed, and you people are actually the ones who will make it happen, not we. We can develop anything, but you will say what you want.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense then with the shipping. So I think that answered that question very well. Did you have anything else that you wanted to mention, maybe about the token sale coming up?
Oh yeah, so the token sale starts on 17th of April, so that's Tuesday. Look, guys, I mean, we're gonna dedicate 10 years of our life in Eligma, and this is an idea that goes way, back. And what you need to know is it's not gonna happen through the night. Building this kind of platforms and this kind of technologies take time. So when you contribute, and I hope you're going to be part of the story, think about this. Big things don't happen through the night. It takes time. But if you don't want to contribute, give us the feedbacks. Give us the feedbacks on what do you think we can improve? How can we be better? We want to listen to the crowd. Help us to build a marketplace that is going to be the next, big thing when it comes to this kind of a segment in commerce world. Join us on 17th of April. And really, thank you very much for all the questions.
Terrific. No, that's great. Yeah, thank you so much for chatting with me today and explaining more details about the company and answering these community questions. And I hope that we get to talk again in the future and do more Eligma project updates and announcements and keep everybody on top of what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Have a good day.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.